Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Stampin' Up with Jaimie, my weekly Wednesday night Facebook Live tutorial. If you're catching this on YouTube, thanks for checking it out. I so appreciate it. Have a look around. If you have any questions, certainly let me know. I'm just going to take a moment here and double check on Facebook that I'm live and that I can see comments. Hopefully this works. Oh, there you go. Hi, Karen. Good evening. I always appreciate that you comment quickly because I'm like, I hope this is working. I'm always a little nervous, like, what if this doesn't go right? How's everyone tonight? How did everyone have a nice Merry Christmas? And did you get lots of new goodies? Hi, Linda from Virginia. Hi, Michelle. Thanks for sharing, Linda. I so appreciate it. How's everyone doing tonight? Is everyone well? I'm going to say ahead of time, my voice is a little scratchy, so if I kind of cut out, it's because I'm taking a sip of water. I do apologize ahead of time. Oh, thanks, Michelle. Okay, so we're going to be very candid, right? I literally just made this card like an hour ago. I've been super busy, as I know you are. It's just kind of the season, the time of the year, and work has been crazy, and just lots going on. And I was like, oh my goodness, I don't have a card for tonight. Oh, yay. And so I'm like, okay, I need something kind of beautiful, but quick and simple. And so when I say this card can quickly be pulled together, it's the truth because I lived it. It uses the beautiful butterflies. There's 2 butterfly sets in the 2019 Occasions catalog. This uses one of them. It's the Butterfly Gala stamp set, which gets bundled with a punch, which is super great. You know, I do love the framelits and the thinlits. They are pretty amazing. They do pretty amazing stuff. Hi, Karen from Arizona. But there's nothing like a punch. I mean, punches are just so quick and easy to use. You really can just whip out a whole bunch of whatever you happen to be punching. And they're super user-friendly. They don't require the investment of the big shot. And, anyone from a beginner crafter to an avid crafter certainly can use a punch. So this is a great bundle. You're going to want to get your hands on it. If you haven't received catalogs, oh, hi, Mom. If you haven't received catalogs, please let me know. All of my customers' catalogs have gone out in the mail. However, I would be more than happy. I actually have one going out tomorrow. To pop another catalog in the mail for you, the Occasions and the Celebration catalogs. Let's see here. This is the Occasions catalog. Woohoo! So lovely. It's beautiful. And let's see, is that the Occasion? Nope, yep, Celebration. So Celebration is chock full of free product, which is super exciting. So again, let me know if you haven't received a catalog, and I'll pop one in the mail to you. That catalog will go live January 3rd, which is next Thursday. I had to look on the calendar. So next Thursday, we can get our hands on all the goodies. You're also going to want to pop over to my blog and check out my product share. Product share basically takes supplies, mainly designer series paper, ribbon, embellishments, and I divide them up, and then you get a portion of it all. And it's a great way to get your hand on lots of the new product without necessarily having to buy the investment and buy one of everything. So definitely head over to my blog and check that out. That will close next Wednesday, so we have another week to do that. So let's move on to today's card. Like I said, it's super kind of easy to whip up, and I really think it's very pretty. This bundle, the Butterfly Gala, is great. It's got a number of different butterflies for you to choose from, and then it has the solid butterflies to fill in the color. We're going to use those, which is great. You have this one down here, which is kind of cool. You could do 2 tones on these little guys, or you could use this guy up here and just do 1 tone on them. So lots of options, and depending on what style and look you're going for, there's something for everyone. Okay, so my card today will start off with Highland Heather. This is a really pretty soft purple. Let's see here. Why don't I ever have my bone folder out ready to go? Okay, I can't find it, so we're just going to use a block. Highland Heather is new, was one of the new colors that was brought in when they did the color revamp in the Occasions catalog. So beautiful, like like a lavender color almost, really pretty and soft. And then I have a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and I already pre-embossed it. I don't know if you can see it there. This was embossed. It's an oldie but a goodie, man. I haven't used this one in so long. It was kind of on the bottom of the pile. This is the Petal Burst embossing folder. Because I was keeping the card on the simpler side, I wanted to add some texture to the card. So texture is kind of like a cheat way of making a card have like a wow factor to it. It really doesn't take much effort, and it just adds another element to the card. So again, I was kind of pressed for time, and I was like, what do I do? When in doubt, use an embossing folder. So this is the Petal Burst. Really pretty. Oh, hi, Lisa. Oh, I hope you get snow and not rain. Nobody wants rain in December. I hope you get snow. So this is, I didn't measure anything. This is 3.5 by 4 3/4. And then this is a piece of gorgeous grape cardstock. And that it's just ever so slightly bigger. Are we getting snow, Mom? I don't even know. Oh, thank you for sharing, Lisa. I appreciate it. Are we getting snow? I hope so. Oh, I love snow. Okay. So normally I'm kind of like, I don't, overly use adhesive. However, if I heat emboss or if I'm using an embossing folder, I do like to cover all the edges because it does kind of warp the paper in a little bit. And I do want it to lay nice and flat. Now, you're going to notice, or maybe you won't notice, but I'm going to tell you, that there is a slight difference between the card I'm making for you and this card here. After I made this one, I was like, I put the gorgeous grape behind it, but you can't really see it. I mean, I can see it because I'm holding it, but I thought it kind of gets lost in photos and stuff. So I went a 1/16 larger on this one. I don't know if you can tell the difference, but I wanted that purple to pop just a little bit more, that gorgeous grape. Yay, I hope so. So we're just going to hear that down next, like so. Oh, you know what? I didn't grab the, there it is. Okay. Next, I took my stitch-shaped framelits, and I cut out a circle from the... This is what I didn't know ahead of time. It is the Botanical Butterfly Designer Series paper. Look, I've already chopped it. This is a paper from the the Celebration. This is free paper that you can earn again during Celebration, which runs January through March. That's just a tasting of it there. That's not all of them. It's a 12 by 12, nice and big. Again, if you sign up for my double one and all product share, you are going to get a sampling of this paper in your product share. I'm throwing it in. So this is the side that I cut. It's got like these, I have no clue what flower that is. It's almost like a dandelion, but it's not. It's like those ones that are white and kind of puffy. Anyways, it's got, and that almost looks like rosemary, but I don't know. I don't know my flowers too well, but that's the pattern I'm using. The flip side are black and white butterflies, which would coordinate with your punch. The size does coordinate to cut that out if you wanted to color it in, say with like coloring pencils would be great for this. You could add lots of dimension and different colors to it as you wish. I'm going to go ahead and stamp this sentiment. Let's get that going. It's where is it? Hello Beautiful down here. I thought it was a nice sentiment. If you've watched my videos before or heard me make a card, you know I love to send like just because cards for no apparent reason, just because I happen to be thinking of someone. People might expect a birthday card. They might expect a Christmas card, but a card, a just because card, really... I always would like to think that it puts a smile on a person's face. So I'm going to heat emboss in black using the black embossing powder. I could have just stamped in black, but I wanted it to kind of be shiny and just add another nice little element. Again, because I'm keeping things fairly simple, although I did kind of add different elements. But I started off simple. Again, that shine, it just adds another element to it. So anytime we heat emboss, we want to use our embossing buddy, and you're just going to rub it over the top. It gets rid of all the static so that when we sprinkle the embossing powder on it, it just sticks to the ink and not everywhere, and you don't get speckled. When we heat emboss, we're going to use the Versamark ink because it stays wet longer and it buys you time to sprinkle it with the embossing powder. Again, I'm using the black embossing powder. It came back in the annual catalog. Yay! And oh, there we go. I'm like, I lost my stamp for a second. I'm like, I know I had it here. And I'm just going to kind of go in the one corner there, although it's kind of hard to tell which way's up. But I don't think it really matters. Oh, hi, Christine. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing it. I so appreciate it. Feeling the love, ladies. And I like, whenever I'm done stamping, I like to close up my ink pad because one time, I don't know how, the powder kind of went everywhere and it went in my Versamark ink pad. So that's what I like to do. When I'm done using it, oh, I forgot to get a scrap piece of paper. When I'm done using it, I close it right up. That way it doesn't get everywhere. And so this black embossing powder is beautiful. It's got a little shimmer to it. It kind of sparkles if you're up close to it. Be generous when sprinkling it. You can always tap off the excess, but you can't add. Like once it's heated, you can't redo it. So be generous. Oh, it's so pretty. I haven't used this in so long. I guess I'm using like my oldie but goodies. That embossing folder was at the very bottom. This embossing powder was at the very bottom. So next, just take your heat tool and be careful because it gets very, very, very hot. And just heat it until it's no longer a powder. It'll start to like get a shine to it. And you don't want to overheat it because you will burn the paper. And I think I'm good. You can always just kind of move it around to make sure. As long as it's got like a little shine to it, you're good. And it does. Give it a second to cool because it stays wet for just ever so slightly of a moment. So I'm going to take these and set these aside. We're going to work on our butterflies now. So to do your butterflies, just take a scrap piece of Whisper White here. I don't know, any size it'll fit depending on how many butterflies you wish to stamp. Which one did I use? I think I used that one. There's so many butterflies, I forgot which one I used. And you're gonna notice that they perfectly, I don't know if you can see this punch, there we go, the reflection off my lamp. There's a big butterfly and then a smaller one up here, and it perfectly matches. There's a small butterfly and then the top butterfly, and they are connected and they will perfectly align with that punch, which honestly it makes life and stamping so much easier when that's done and pre-thought out for us. We don't have to worry about aligning and wasting paper or anything. I'm going to be using Memento ink to stamp my butterflies, and I'm gonna do it 3 times. The same process 3 times. I want 3 butterflies. I mean, you could do more. I actually initially did 4, so I had an extra one, so I stuck it on the inside. I do that so many times. So many times I like make something and I'm like, no, I don't think I'm gonna use this after all. And then I'm like, well, what do I do with it? Well, you throw it on either on the envelope or on the inside. And people, it looks pretty. Okay, there's another one. And will that fit? Oh, it's gonna be tight, but it should fit. I just assumed my paper was big enough. I didn't really measure it. Maybe I should have measured it. Okay. And again, this is just the Memento ink. It's a nice black. It's not that jet black per se, but it is a very dark black. And it's good just for like everyday kind of stamping. You don't want to use it for watercoloring because it is water-based, so it won't hold up. It'll just kind of smear all over the place. Sorry, I'm getting my blocks ready. Okay, so we're gonna take, let me show you. This guy here, the top guy, these are separate. They're not connected. These are all connected. So this is connected, and connected, but these are separate. So you can potentially stamp them in different colors. Stampin' Up knew what they were doing. And the top one, we're gonna stamp Highland Heather, and we're just gonna go full strength. And then the bottom one, we're gonna stamp Often to get the same color, but a lighter shade in it. So And they line up just about perfectly. Ooh, this is hard to do on camera. Ooh, there's one. Again, going full strength. Oh, beautiful color. Nice coverage. These ink pads are amazing. It's amazing what like high quality product, you can really tell the difference, honestly. It's really what attracted me to Stampin' Up! To begin with. Well, mostly their color coordination really attracted me. I was so frustrated going to other retailers, and I would sit there with a piece of pattern paper with their like solid cardstock, and I was desperately trying to like match the perfect yellow, and they just weren't. They were always like a shade off, a hair off. And I don't know, I like things to match. I don't want them a hair off. I want them exact colors. And so when I found out that Stampin' Up! All their products coordinate. So like if you use Real Red cardstock, it's going to match perfectly the Real Red ink and designer series paper and so forth and so on. I just love that. Oh, yay. It's so pretty, isn't it? So for the bottom, again, Highland Heather just stamping off, which is nice because it's the same color. It's just a shade lighter. It's like when you go to like a home improvement store and you get the color swatches. It's like you have the darkest and then it gradiates down. It's the same color, same, just a shade off, shade lighter or shade darker, depending. Like that. Now you'll notice that I have naturally stamped the smaller butterflies. I'm actually not going to use it. I could have stamped them and I could have added them. I don't know, I think it would actually be very pretty, but I was pressed for time and thought I would just keep it a little simpler and just do these bigger guys here. So when you use a punch, you actually want to flip it on its belly here. And let's see here, we'll do this one first. Just eyeball it. And I'm going to show you something when I'm done here. I try and line up the big guys first on the top. Woo! Okay, there's one. Ooh, it's challenging. Just take your time. I usually start from the top down. So I line up the top here and then I line up the bottom ones as the butterflies go flying, literally. And then lastly, my third butterfly here is this guy. Okay, so you're gonna notice that you could actually put these on the inside too. Those are fun to add to the inside of your card. That the punch actually leaves a spot for you to stamp your body. Can you see that? So we have to go back and add a body. There's a smaller body for the smaller butterflies and this larger one for the bigger butterflies. And I don't know, I guess you could do it reverse. You could stamp the body before you punch, but I was afraid that I would go too high or too low or just not hit it right. So I found stamping this, like the wings, punching it, and then stamping the body really provided me to make sure I hit it in the exact spot that I wanted to go. And then there's your body, like so. And there are little wings, or not wings, antenna that you can add. So if you were stamping directly on a cardstock, on a piece of paper, and didn't plan on punching it out, you could go ahead and add little antenna to him as well. And of course, there's a big antenna for the big butterflies and a small antenna for the small butterflies. There's the big one, and then there's the small one. So all of our butterflies are going to be perfectly designed. Okay, so let's get that. Again, let me show you what we're working on. This is what we're working towards. So pretty. I had considered doing the spotlight technique with this, but I figured it would be a little hard because it was a punch. But definitely it's something I want to somehow try. I figure I can do it somehow, some way. So again, because I was keeping it simpler, another kind of cheat way to step up your card is to use embellishments and ribbon. So don't keep that ribbon, use it. You know, most of the ribbon come in 10 yards, which is actually a lot of ribbon. 10 yards is a lot. It really is so much. So don't, hoard it. Definitely use it. Pull it out. I'm using such a little bit of it. And your ribbon really can add a nice little detail to it. When in doubt, I try and add ribbon. So I'm going to tuck these guys kind of like underneath my Hello Beautiful. Oh, Hello Beautiful. And I'm going to use tear and tape to hold down burlap just because it is quite thick. And our regular snail just doesn't have the oomph to it that the tear and tape does. The tear and tape is meant for like your 3D projects. Actually, I'm going to add a little bit more so it's a little flat. 3D projects is great. Anything that has a sort of bulk that your regular snail will have a hard time holding together. Like that. And then I took a piece of, I think this is, yeah, Gorgeous Grape. This is from the annual catalog ribbon. Just to kind of, again, I'm using tear and tape. I don't know, to layer over the burlap. I really enjoy using ribbon. And not usually in a bow. I rarely tie bows. If it's a certain kind of ribbon, I can't think of what the ribbon is. I will. But if it's like this kind of ribbon, I usually don't tie it in a bow. I usually do a knot or just kind of add tails like I am doing right now. That sort of thing. And you don't really see it, that purple. Oh, where is it? There you go. It's just kind of a little, oh, I went more sideways with it. It just kind of adds a nice element. Again, kind of fillers, kind of cheat ways to make your card stand out with doing very little effort. I'm adhering it down with Stampin' Dimensionals. And I'm going to be kind of generous. Normally you don't have to put nearly this many down, but because I heat embossed on this and it is the designer series paper as opposed to like our regular cardstock, it did warp a little bit. And I really wanted to lay as flat as possible. Hi, Christina. Good evening. I think I'm going to add a little one right here. Oh, thanks, Karen. Appreciate it. Purple and green really complement each other nicely. And honestly, when I was looking for what colors to use, this is another tip, go to our designer series packets. So on the back of all of our designer series paper, will it fit? There's this little like information. It tells you the product number, the name of it, how much came in it, but it also, if it's designer series paper, will tell you all the coordinating colors in that cardstock pack. So if you're like, what kind of colors look well together? Well, go to see what Stampin' Up! Used. They're the professionals. Oh, I'm gonna have to go more in the middle because of where I put the ribbon. That's okay. We are going to make it work. And see what Stampin' Up! Used and, you know, what they say looks good together. So I went more left with this ribbon. So this one's the stitched circle is definitely more to the left, and this one's definitely more centered. So, oh, what do I do with my, oh, there they are. I'm like, what do I do with the butterflies? There they are. So depending on where you put your butterflies, you know, will determine, where you put your ribbon will determine where you put your butterflies. I'm just playing. And this guy I'm going to have to chop because I did put dimensionals all the way around. So one of them I adhered just down with some, oh, I grabbed the wrong one. Snail. We're going to put him there. Oops, sorry. And then this one I use a dimensional. Going dimensional crazy today. I love this stuff. And because I want them kind of overlapped, and I want, again, using dimensionals just helps add a nice little touch to it. How about if we do him like there? And then this guy's going to need to get a haircut. So I think, let's try that. Our little secret. How's that look? I feel like I shouldn't have chopped him. Well, I wonder, I could have him peeking out. No. Nope, it's done. I've committed. It has to go there because I already chopped him. I guess I didn't think that one through. So just put a little, and I gotta make sure he fits because he's got to go in an envelope. That's the one tricky thing, you know, like the envelopes are a little bit bigger, but not too bigger. So they gotta somehow, it can't run off the edge too much. But I really kind of want him to run off the edge a little bit. Man, that ribbon threw me off. Threw my design off. Okay, so something's missing there. I want to almost like stamp one of these little guys and put them like there. Should I do that? Would that look better? Oh, I'm all cockeyed. Sorry. I didn't. Normally I tape my grid paper down and I didn't today. I feel like I should stamp him and add him. What do you think? Use a small one. Right, Mom? I'm kind of thinking I need to add that little guy there. What do you think? I'm doing this off the cuff. But I'm not sure. Wow, that would be really testing. Mom says yes. Okay, I think I have to because one of you guys are going to receive this card, and I just don't know if I like it like that. I mean, it's nice, but I think it can be better. So let's do this quickly. Oh, thanks, Karen. Karen says yes. Okay, we're going to go for it. This is going to be a little challenging because it's a little harder to stamp once he's already punched. Like the little body is one thing. Yeah, Michelle says use the little one. Yep. Oh, hi, Barbara from Tucson. Oh, thank you. We're doing a little, make it work moment. Let's see here. This is the top wings. Look, it's brand new. I haven't even used this. It's clean as a whistle. So the top one is, oh boy. Don't move, don't move. That's the problem, is it's so small. It's going to have a tendency to move once I stamp down. But I think I'm good. Let's see. Yep, we're good. Okay. And then the bottom, which I'm going to stamp off first. Like so. And then I got to add the body. Like that. Okay, we're good. We're good. Now the pressure's on. Can I do the body? Let's see, it's itty bitty. Of course, I don't have any of my small blocks. I normally just, I mean, I have all the blocks, but I usually just use my D. Like I keep that one around and out. So let's see. I'm using a D block with this itty bitty butterfly body. And he's going to go right in the middle. Okay, let's see. Oh, beautiful. That works. Good, good, good. So if I add this little guy like there, right? That looks better, right? And I actually like the little guy in there. He's cute. So, and I kind of like fluff the wings. I know once you mail it, they kind of get squished. But I'd like to think that when you open it, the butterfly's wings are kind of like open and out. How's that? Okay, good. Yay! All done. Whew. So pretty. And there's, where are they? I pushed them aside, but there's a couple of other smaller ones, the 2 other ones as well. I mean, you could totally have them like fluttering across the page. You know what I mean? You could really, like, that guy could have gone like there. Maybe I'll add them when I'm done. That sort of thing. So, this is a great set. You're going to want to pick it up. Again, January 3rd, next Wednesday, the catalogs go live. With a minimum $50 order, you get to choose a celebration item. There are 2 $100 items. So the catalog is, if you spend $50 in an order, you can choose a free item. There are 2 items that if you spend $100, you get to pick that free item. So something to take into consideration. There's great items here. A nice variety. There's some embellishments. There's ribbon. There's designer series paper. Oh, there's shimmer paper. I can't show you the inside. There's, what's it called? Grapefruit Grove and lovely lipstick foil sheets. So pretty. So lots of fun things. If you haven't received a catalog, certainly let me know. I definitely want to pop one in the mail for you. And as always, if you have any questions, certainly let me know. I will be back next week, same time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Ladies, have a great, great New Year's, and I will see you next week. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.